guys, Soulrack right here, back with more Fate Grand Order. Where today, it's another interlude week, because the new event hasn't started yet. However, it's not on here, but I'm pretty sure there is a campaign going on, or will be going on, with regards to the next main quest. It's not the swimsuit event participation and support campaign, but there should be a new event sometime within the next week or two. Thank goodness, because I'm almost out of interludes. I don't know what I'll do when I'm out of interludes as far as FGO content goes. I really don't. But, yeah. Not much else as far as the news. There's some more advanced quests have been added. There's some extra rewards associated for completing them. Temporary rewards, yeah. Free extra rewards to complete 2 quests. 1 advanced quest. Yeah, you just gotta challenge and complete an advanced quest and you get 3 rewards. So that's nice. It is quite nice. There's some new... So these are the advanced quests: Soul of Gluttony, Elixir and Dust Avoided, and Glory of Terra. I'm not gonna be doing them on stream, though I might keep them in the back burner just in case I manage to do all the interludes. Oh, let's hope that doesn't happen. But please, if you're watching this on YouTube, be sure to like the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to keep live, the description has links to the Discord and Twitter. You can follow or join the notifications. So, before we jump into doing the thing, we do have some stuff to clear out.
梅雨というと暗いイメージになりがちですが、その反面、小さなことからコツコツとですね、一歩一歩着実に前進していきましょう。
No new things as far as the extra quests goes. Yeah, nothing new there. 5 more bonds, 6 services is a good chunk of sand. I'm making them back up here. But as far as the limited time master missions, it's a bunch of daily campaigns, which gets a lot of teapots. Nice. And then some quartz for completing various parts of Willem Harlot. And obviously I'm not done with Willem Harlot. I've been a little bit of a slacker on that, so...
小さなことからコツコツとですね、一歩一歩。
And then claim our present box, which June materials are ashes, void dust, magatamas, ice, and leyline spiritons. We're lowest on the leyline spiritons, so I'm gonna be going for this. 2950 day login bonus. Nice. Yeah, see, I've been going for a while. I've been playing FGO for a long while. Almost at the 10-year marker. Next year is 10 years of FGO NA. And I don't think I'll be exact, but I'm close. Getting our quartz up there nicely will be useful for this year's summer/anniversary. That's all I can think from there, so I think we can just jump in. I didn't do any of the rank quests that I've unlocked. I didn't realize Umu had a rank of quest made apparent. I guess that's probably new, obviously. But I guess I got more I can do. Hey, as soon as the event's done. But interludes. So, as the title of the stream says, it is a foreigner interludes because we have Yu and Gogh. We're gonna try and do both of them, and then if we can get both of them to do one, we might do Giles as well, because he is Elder God adjacent. Elder God. He is foreigner adjacent. Yeah. Which will put us down to just Avengers, but we'll deal with that when we do. So we're gonna start though with Yu, just because she does have more arrows, so this will inform me if we will be able to do it. So, Red Plum Blossom in the beginning. No cost on this first one. Let us begin. Also, these are quartz-only interludes, so just a little bit of story, which is always nice. Eve? Oh gosh. Johan. Grandma, Sister Nightbright. What can I do for you? Johan. Pathetic excuse for a servant. Do you truly not understand how we're supposed to treat our master? How dare you? Juan, are you simply incapable of learning from your mistakes? Go on, Master, give her a good talking to. I know you're soft on everyone by nature, but you're taking it much too easy on that clumsy oaf. Yeah, I wish I could be kinder than I am, honestly. No, it's not fair to say that kind of stuff with a straight face. Maybe you think this girl's pranks are no worse than any other servant's mistakes. But trust me, her blunders are not the sort of thing that can be dismissed as mere idle mischief. For starters, what in the world is going on with that ridiculous bottomless pit underneath my bed? No wonder I have so much trouble sleeping as of late. What were you thinking, drilling a hole straight through my floorboards? Oh, that? I just thought it'd be nice for Calais to have its own hot springs. Yeah, that's definitely scolding worthy. After an appraisal using feng shui, I found that your room was located in the perfect place to satisfy the 4 house gods, and that there was a hot water vein running beneath it. So this is Epi, Wandering Seaface. How many times do I have to tell you? There are no hot springs here. Hey, Janice, welcome to stream. Happy things. Hacksaw. Stop, this is just a little disciplinary toy. If I truly wished to torture you, you wouldn't be able to so much as scream in agony. I'm sorry. I said I promise I'll get a real water definer to handle it instead. I know if Lord Kai, that is, Kodaishi, is ever some here, first ask him for help. Yeah, I think Streamlabs did recently undergo an update, and it looks like it might have set that mixer to the highest. I didn't test, because I don't like testing to see my voice and in-game volume at the same time. It tends to be my voice overpowers in-game, so... Alright, good. Thank you for letting me know, Janice. Thank you very much. But how be things. Yeah, visiting a fake hot springs in the same area isn't the same. Right? But that is not the issue. What is the matter with you? Do you have steamed sweet buns for brains or something? Steamed sweet buns? And this isn't the only incident of this sort. Remember when you wrote an additional 3 zeros on an ingredient order sheet and we got an entire shipping container full of lychee? Where are we getting ingredients shipped in from? What? Never mind. Amazonas. Yeah. Amazonas probably shipped and delivers our food. You know, it makes sense when you really think about it. Oh, how that poor Archer fell to his knees in shock when he couldn't close the freezer door. Evia, no! Remember how he had to eat lychee curry and deep-fried lychee burgers and lychee stir-fry and all those sorts of lychee variations I'd never even heard of before? Oh no! To be Archer is to suffer. I thought they were all pretty yummy myself. They were definitely novel, right? What is this? What is lychee? I feel like I've looked this up before, but I don't know what it is. Let's see. It's a small fruit, often described as a cross between a grape, strawberry, watermelon, with the delicate notes of rose water. That is a weird combination. I guess a pizza is fine. I have had fruit pizza before, so I guess a lychee pizza doesn't sound too out of the ordinary. Nope, can't not say I did. Some crunch time to finish your finals. Well, I wish you luck with finishing your finals, man. I know you can do it. When is your finals due, if you don't mind my asking? Once again, not the point. At any rate, I believe I've made myself clear. Now listen up, you Juan. Today I'm going to teach you once and for all what it means to serve a master, even if I have to beat it into your spirit organ. No, please no torture. I can't stand torture. So you hate torture that much, do you? Well, my motto is rewards where due, punishments when deserved. As long as you behave yourself, you need not fear torture. Anyway, this seems like the perfect time to do something about that constant back talk of yours, so I prepared a simulation that should do the trick nicely. I call it the room you can't leave unless you do X. Woo, yeah, woo, this kind of room is very popular online. Very popular online. Ah, website prototype using Figma. Nice. That doesn't sound like it'd be too... I mean, I didn't have too much of a problem making website prototypes, but again, that was my degree, so I still haven't gotten a freaking job. But yeah, this kind of room is very well known to those of culture on the internet. Very well known. Nah, it wouldn't fit for my story to have this kind of room anywhere in it. The room I can't leave unless I do X. Oh no, she's knows. Yu knows. Yu is a woman of culture, I guess. I mean, isn't that kind of checks out though, doesn't it? Yeah, she's a consort, so it kind of checks out that her mind might go to these places. Do you like dirty stuff, or... Of course not, you fool. Do you have any lychee for brains or something? No, she's just very cultured, Will. You are the one that is ignorant, you poor, innocent soul. No, this is the room you can't leave unless you ace the Imperial exam. If you ever want to see the light of day again, you'll need to pass all your subjects with flying colors. I can't leave unless I ace the Imperial exam. No, the test is notoriously difficult. There's no way I can pass it at all, let alone ace it. You may as well be sentencing me to life imprisonment. Please have mercy, at least let me call on Abeno Nakamaro for support. Stop that, don't be so quick to rely on others for help. This is your challenge and yours alone. Don't you wish to prove you are worthy of being chosen by the Emperor? See, the issue here, Wu, is we appear to be in this room as well, so... yeah. If you think you can waltz your way through anything with no more than beauty, charm, and short-sighted thinking, you're gravely mistaken. Curse Li Yongyi. What were you thinking with this poor girl's excuse for education? No wonder you lost control of China if you couldn't even handle a single girl. Uh-oh. Oh, that's an ascension. I don't care what you say about me, but I won't stand for anyone insulting my beloved Emperor, not even his own ancestor. You have no idea how hard it is to be Emperor Granny Nightbright. What are you talking about? I was Empress, you dolt. Stupid Granny Nightbright. I hope you drown in a pool filled with 3,000 cats. What was that? Yeah, I'm amazed you came up with that one on the spot. I swear. Don't bother trying to get away from this tiny encampment. It won't take me long at all to fish you back up. I should have better talking to her myself. Yes, you're right. You are our master after all. But I don't think I was too harsh on her. Part of your job is to model virtue, after all. At any rate, I suppose I will have to come up with a suitable punishment for once this is all over. What are you smiling about? I don't know what it is you're expecting of me, but stop it. Okay, a little bit of wholesome, little bit of, not aggression, but, what's the word I'm looking for here? Friction. A little bit of friction between the two. Formation restricted party.
I think that room is not existent anymore.
Hey, Infinity Lord, welcome to stream. Happy things. Where am I now? You're a Rashomon. I thought I'd managed to escape the simulation room. Is that Lady Sunzang? Super Buddha Battering Ram! Happy birthday, Infinity Lord. Happy birthday indeed. I hope that you have had a excellent birthday. Hope it's been a good one. Hope that you're all done with schooling at this point, right? You said something about having just a bunch of senior trips and such. I hope that if you had a senior trip today, that your class celebrated your birthday with you. If you like your class. If you don't like your class, I hope you celebrated your birthday and rubbed it in their faces. Did you really just split apart a rampart with a single punch? One punch! Oh, cool. So my next enemy is a simulation of Yu, huh? Wow, Yu feels like she's giving off real demonic energy. Gosh, I love these modern training rooms. Oh, wait, I'm not a simulated Yu. I'm the real Yu. It's even trying to throw me off by begging for its life. What will these simulations think of next? Oh, poor Yu. Just kidding. Of course I know it's Yu. No simulated enemy could possibly smell that good. Plus, it's not like you to try and interfere when you see someone seeking enlightenment, unlike, say, a certain mischievous kitty named Kama. I am now imagining Kama with cat ears, and it is adorable. God, I wish I could draw. I wish I could draw things. I mean, maybe I could trace? I don't know, that feels like it'd be lame, but I don't know. I might actually start trying to figure out how to draw digital artwork a little bit here. Yeah, I might try and figure out how to do digital artwork. I don't have a tablet or anything, so I don't know how easy it is to draw with a mouse. So that's gonna be fun. But I mean, it'll be good to learn. I doubt I would get to the point where I can draw my own book covers, but maybe I can draw character art for the characters in my book someday. Maybe, just maybe. And I could also draw Kama as a cat girl. Masha, all the waifus as cat girls. Yeah, that might be. I still have to work on the melt emote though. I really do. I've been procrastinating that so hard. So what's got you worked up anyway? Something I can help you with? That's right, you might be just who I need to help me out of this predicament. Oh hey, while you're here, could you help me out with my monk training? I finally just reached a point where I've got Buddha power flowing through all my capillaries. Since when is the Buddha a liquid? I've tried drawing on paper in the past. Let's just say that I dream bigger than I can draw oftentimes. I mean, granted, I don't draw stick figures, but I don't know. It's something it's a skill I want to try and learn to get. Actually, I do have pencils. I could do just like pencil sketches. I think I have paper somewhere. It might be something to try. Oh wow, these are weak enemies. Thing is though, is like, even if I got good drawing on paper, it wouldn't be the same as like digital artwork, you know? I mean, obviously, Janice, you would know better than most with regards to that, because you are quite the artiste yourself. Do you use like a specialty software for it, or do you just like use Photoshop or something? Graduation on the 3rd. Nice, Infinity Lord, nice. I will not begrudge you for missing my Wednesday stream for your graduation. I would not begrudge you. In fact, I command you to miss my Wednesday stream for your graduation. Graduation is definitely hopefully a once-in-a-lifetime thing to graduate from high school, and it should be something you really cherish. Hey, J6, welcome to stream. Happy you use Photoshop to draw digitally. Okay. But, I mean, you got a point. You do have a point. I'm just thinking. I don't remember how you use Blaze Go. This should be fine. Hopefully. So you Photoshop draw digitally. Won by a Megazard Y Mega Floet. Go Charizard! Charizard awesome. Confirmed. I'm very glad to hear that Charizard is awesome. And then go down to the... That doesn't sound like a bad plan, Lord. Does not sound like a bad plan at all. Oh wow, Sunzong is nearly done. That did nothing. Mega Trantarn mix. So you do Photoshop digital draw. What tool? Oh, the battle volume's kind of loud still. I'll turn. I can only really adjust volume overall. I'll pump the microphone volume up a smidge as well. Like I said, Streamlabs had an update that it wanted to launch before stream, and I did not pay attention to what the update might have been. So I just said, yeah, go ahead, and I didn't change the settings. So yeah, that's on me. That's cool. You know, a good fight is always good. Oh no, what'd you buy, J6? Did you buy a Switch 2? Metal Gear Solid 4 for the PS3. Never played a Metal Gear Solid, but my dad used to. I can't really remember. Is Metal Gear Solid 4 the one where Snake is old? So you and Wu, on second thought, I think I'll call her Nightbright today, are having trouble getting along despite your best efforts. Especially when my apprentice, I mean Soul, is involved, since that somehow always seems to make the problems worse. Did I get that right? Yes, pretty much. I see. Well, I'm glad you came to me about this. As a fellow Tang Dynasty person, I'm happy to help however I can. Both you and Nightbright are exceptionally hard workers. But it seems like you're each working toward very different goals. You mean I have something in common with Granny? Did you happen to know Granny when you were alive, Lady Sanzong? Technically, yes. I didn't know her well, but I recall meeting her in person on a few occasions. She was already in the Tang Dynasty's inner palace when I brought the sutras back from Tianzhu. The first time I met her, she was one of the consorts lined up to Emperor Li Shimin. Lord Li Shimin. I know that name. He was Emperor Taizong, the second ruler of the Tang Dynasty. Okay, so is Metal Gear Solid 4 the old Snake one? He was also the great-grandfather of Lord Li Longji, my own beloved emperor. Yep, you got it. Anyway, back then, Nightbright was still in her 20s. She wasn't just stunningly beautiful, she also stood out thanks to her bright, shining eyes that betrayed her fierce intelligence and incredible talent. Her hair was as smooth and shiny as opal, and her whole body was just like va-va-voom. Oh, damn. I'm kind of mad that we have the current Emperor Wu Zetian. Now, J6, that we don't get this va-va-voom. I wonder what va-va-voom means. Okay, I do remember watching my dad play that Metal Gear Solid game. I want to say that there are challenge, like you get special things if you complete the game without killing anybody, and if you complete the game without getting detected. I want to say those unlock special things for subsequent playthroughs. Well, yes, but Wu Zixin Summer doesn't really have a vavavoom body like San Zong is describing. If anything, I would say San Zong has a vavavoom body. And, you know, we just don't have that for Wu. Honestly, I was a little taken aback when I ran into her here, since she's pretty different from how I remembered. I also remember finding it hard to believe she was on the bottom rung of the Inner Palace's ladder. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you how hard it is to survive in the Inner Palace. I owed a great deal to Lord Li Shaiman too, so I remember how, when he passed away, most of his consorts he left behind went on to become Buddhist priests themselves. Nightbright was the only one who went to walk on a different path. While she did leave the Inner Palace, she didn't become a nun at a Buddhist covenant. Instead, she devoted herself to mourning her loss of the Taoist temple. Right, that's a lot like what I went through when I trained as a Taoist practitioner. It was so ritualized, it felt like being reborn, and it wasn't all that uncommon in the world of the Inner Palace. I didn't realize that. Again, I only have vague memories of my dad playing it. Why do I feel like I remember that some of the major bosses at that game were scantily clad women? Why do I feel like that's something? It was one of the few ways of returning to the Imperial Court after you left. Yep, and I don't think it was solely Nightbright's decision either. There were machinations from rival clans and patrons awaiting her return, too. With the wise and just Emperor gone, all sorts of things happened leading to a successor taking place. Of course, I didn't know much about that back then. I was so wrapped up in translating my enormous mountain of sutras that I spent all my time in the temple, oblivious to the outside world. Not that I minded, of course. It was a dream come true for me, and it was also what Lord Li Shaiman wanted. I'm probably butchering that guy's name, so I apologize. But even in the depths of my obsession, I heard news from the Imperial Court. Sometimes I even saw glimpses of it myself when I paid the occasional visit. I'm guessing it wasn't all good news, was it? No, unfortunately. There was no end of distrust, betrayal, imprisonments, executions, banishments, and more. The Imperial Court looked beautiful on the outside, but inside it was one big power struggle. Over time, the giant Wild Goose Pagoda was built to store all the sutras. Then, during its opening ceremony, I met Lord Li Shimin's successor, Lord Li Ji, the third Tang Dynasty Emperor. And he wasn't the only one. I also saw Nightbright there next to him, though she was much more dignified and imposing that I almost didn't recognize her. She still wasn't officially Empress at the time, but it was clear to anyone with eyes that she was special. All that hard work she did to raise her station paid off, and once she got there, she never rested on her laurels either. I know what you're trying to say. No wonder Granny Nightbright thinks I'm so pathetic. We both started as consorts in the Inner Palace, and we both got lucky enough to receive our Emperor's favor. But she never quit. She kept working hard, making sacrifices, and improving herself until she became Empress. True, I guess I can't blame Nightbright for feeling like you're slacking off and shirking your duties. You know, I know, J6, that you said that there are differences, but having watched Apothecary Diaries, I actually am somewhat following what they're talking about here. Very slightly am I following what they mean by Inner Palace and that kind of stuff. So thank you, Apothecary Diaries. Who says that anime can't teach you stuff? And nice. Congrats on beating Quelaag. Have you seen Quelaag's sister yet? Well, personally, I don't think you're pathetic at all. You don't? But I always just go with the flow. Well, that's just how you live your life. Some fish will swim against the current, not caring if they get hurt, and some fish prefer to swim well above the bottomless, muddy bottom, safely in clear water. Nightbright knows that just as well as anyone. No, the reason she still gets annoyed with you, lectures you, and intervenes with the way you do things is... What's going on? Torturers. Incoming. Tracking. Zation. Publish back. The stage is set. Granny Nightbread has set out pursuers to look for me, and she'll be here any moment. I gotta get out of here. Oh, I wish I'd gotten to finish what I was saying before she left. There you are, Yuan. You think you can slip past my torturers here gravely? Huh? Where'd she go? Did you hide her, Sanzang? Fess up or you won't like what happens. Oh, hi there, Nightbright. Nice to see you here. Would you care for some freshly brewed tea? Or would you like to cultivate virtue by joining me for my training regimen? Absolutely not. What are you doing? Don't set me down on a chair without my permission. Right, I wanted to ask you about this. Back when I asked Lord Li Ji to build a giant wild goose pagoda, are you the one who talked it up behind the scenes to actually make it happen? I think I recall something like that. Yes, I may have gone around convincing a few people that Buddhism was the way of the future, so they should get on board now. I knew it. Well, I always wanted to thank you properly for that. I appreciate that, but does it really have to be now? Go Sanzang, serving as distraction. She's good. I would not be opposed to a summer Sanzang. Thinking about it, like, she is a very early game servant. Sanzang is pre-Camelot, though she did have a big appearance in Camelot. So she is kind of due for a summer variant, when you really think about it. Figure out how to get to Sense Fortress. You're currently in Darkroot Garden exploring. Go up. Essentially is what you gotta do. You gotta just go up. But another no battle note.
Part of the yawn.
Where can I hide? Where can I hide so I'll be safe from the hacksaws? Hey, hey. I thought I heard a voice, but I don't see anyone. What are you doing? Come on, this way. Is it the freezer? It's the oh no. Oh gosh, what is this? A secret base in the cafeteria? It's so dark and dingy in here. Zhangqi, is that you? I don't think I've ever seen this sprite before. Yes, it is near... Andre is pretty much... If you are at Andre, you just need to go up the stairs to the next level. There should be a bonfire, and then it should be a straight shot to the Sense Fortress. But I don't think I've ever seen this sprite for her before. And yeah, Level Up Doc is ready already. I don't remember seeing this. Oh, is it from the New Year's event with Benny and Ma? Huh. I guess that was a long while ago, so maybe it's not too surprising I forgot about it. She really doesn't tend to have much of an impact. Like, she had a decent impact in the Chinese Lost Belt, I suppose, but... Oh, hey, it's the Yang family princess. Perfect timing! You can join me for our next round of snow viewing booze. I mean, no viewing booze. No, wait. Flower viewing booze. That's it. Cheers. That's what I just said, J6. She played a big role in the Chinese Lost Belt. Now that you mention it, I see there are lots of empty liquor bottles scattered around the floor. Did you drink all these yourself? Of course not, trust me. I know how to drink alone. No, I was just enjoying a few rounds with 2 other drinking buddies. And then Ken said he was leaving to get more booze. And Lee said he was going to find some snacks to go with the booze. But I've just been waiting, dancing, and crying to my pillow. And they haven't come back. It's so lonely. I mean, it'd be interesting. I can't say that she is very high on the list of servants I would personally like to see a summer variant of. No offense to her or anything, but again, she's kind of not that... She doesn't play much of a role. I guess a summer variant would give her more, but I think that Mata Hari needs a summer variant before any of the other older, low-rarity servants. Hey, there's new male every summer male servants get swimsuit variants, J6, so I'm sure this year there will be some. What they'll be, heck if I know. It kind of would... They tend to go with a theme based on what's going on. I really don't know. Like, there's a lot of male servants that don't have swimsuits. Well, obviously, there tends to be at least 6 female swimsuit servants. No, at least 7 female swimsuit servants, so... And there's, what, 3 to 4 male swimsuits every time? And even then, that's only a more recent thing. So, you know what, J6? The Monkey Paw curls. We get an Eric Blood Axe, a Castor Giles, and a Shakespeare summer forms. The Monkey Paw curls, and those are the next summer forms for male servants. That's why it's a monkey's paw, man. They ran away? Well, fortunately, I didn't have to worry. I found more booze on my own, and the snacks right above their own accord. Snacks? I'm glad to hear that, but I'm actually kind of trying to hide right now, so I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't make too much noise. Huh? Oh, gotcha. Sorry about that. No problem. Drinking in somber silence sounds good, too. So, Princess of the Yang family, huh? I know about you. They say you're a big drinker in your own right. Must be fate that brought us together in a little corner of Chaldea like this. What do you say? Just one drink? Summer Herc. J6. What would Summer Herc be? He already is barefoot and not wearing a shirt, so... What, do you want his armored lower body to be replaced with swim trunks or something? Although Hawaiian shirt Ku. No, Ku is the one that gets the Hawaiian shirt. Even if in Hollow Ataraxia it looks more just like a tie-dye shirt than a Hawaiian shirt. In my personal opinion. Would it really just be one? I think I am. It's the kind of hopeless drunkard who doesn't know when to quit. That's exactly what I am. It definitely wouldn't just be one drink. What is this? Some kind of alcohol torture? Could you please try to keep it down? Okay, just one drink, okay? Nice one, ruiner of nations. Please don't call me that. Lady Guifei, chop. What flag is this? Great rip. Okay, who are her wisps saying has a great rack? Jeez, her wisps are, certainly something. Oh, demon fires, this is spirits of your lazy and waiting, right? This is great. Let me see one of those inner palace dances. With the jus, play all the instruments. This isn't a jus, it's a pipa and a dragon flute. Yang yuan, ya yang yuan. Oh, how this is fun, isn't it? Since we're having a party anyway. We should invite His Imperial Majesty Caligula, His Imperial Majesty Ivan the Terrible, His Imperial Majesty Napoleon, His Imperial Majesty Iskandar to join us. You really got it tight, don't you? Fine, stab all the emperors, I say. Completely drunk, seize immediately, pressure escalating. SOS, a death flag, enjoy life while it lasts. Her ladies in waiting, they definitely... Again, thank you, Apothecary Dyers. I would not know what a lady in waiting is otherwise. Janice gets the vision of a Hawaiian herc. Wuhan, I'm speaking directly into your mind. Are you imaginary Li Bai? The same imaginary Li Bai who always shows up and sulks whenever I get drunk? Yes, that's right. I am that imaginary Li Bai. Okay, is this actually a unique sprite? Or is this somebody else's sprite? Okay, it is a different... That's... Thank you, I was about to look up the name. So thank you for pointing that out, Janice. I don't have Rhines, so... Well, I wouldn't know. I don't have Rhines, and I don't really use much variety of support servants. It tends to just be Koyan or Scotty. And Castoria. I'm the great poet sage of the Tang Dynasty. I'm Tai Bai, Li Bai, one of the 8 immortals of the Wine Cup. Though, of course, in reality, I'm just a hallucination your brain cooked up. I'm honored to see that the few years we spent together were evidently enough to be etched into your spirit, your servant spirit fortune. Now, give me some of that booze, too. So... just waver with defensive purposes. I guess I use waver as well. I see you're still quite the troublemaker, aren't you, Yuhan? One drink, another, then another. If you wish to greet the morning, then bring your pipa too. I won't drink to excess anymore, I promise. There you go again. Don't make promises you know you can't keep. What's the problem? Drink as much as you want. Drink up and wash your worries away. I know better than to try and lecture you by now. That's why I'm going to share my honest thoughts. Now then. You want to monopolize this master of Chaldea, but Zetian Wuho won't let you get away with it, right? Chaldea isn't like the Imperial Court. That's why you ran away from Sanzang too, isn't it? Because you sensed what she was about to tell you. Something about how blood ties alone don't make a family, I'm guessing. And you can't just bear glossed over platitudes like that. You want booze, but you can't because you won't be able to go home, plus you're in the States right now? Are you the designated driver? Are there some laws against crossing the border drunk that I don't know about? I don't see the correlation between these things, J6. Well and truly, I do not, unless you're the designated driver. Yeah, that's right. To be fair, though, I don't really know what I would use Orion's for. My AoEs are kind of solved with the standard supports. Cass takes care of... Okay, so you are the designated driver. That's what I was wondering. But Cass kind of covers Kama and Lambda. Koyan covers Aresh. And Scotty's kind of just a general cover.
Hardly on.
I can't help but remember him, the man who taught me to play the flute. Ah, yes, Li Longji's half-brother. He certainly was a peerless flute player. He was also an idiot who relinquished his claim to the throne to his younger brother without any recompense. I liked him quite a lot, and his eldest child, Li Jin, the Prince of Riyang, was a lot of fun to hang out with, too. Oh right, you envied the kindness and attention Li Longji, your beloved emperor, showed his brother and nephew, weren't you? So what I think, Nyangji, is that you wanted to see if there really was such a thing as selfless love with An Lushan. Well, back then you weren't in the Imperial Court anymore, remember? And who was it that made sure of that? Not that it matters anymore. Anyway, who cares about Chaldea? Just get used to it already. Soon you won't feel anything at all. You're a true master of hiding who you really are, no matter where you find yourself. You make life harder for Zetian. She, in turn, gets joy out of punishing you. You're both terrible at expressing your feelings and have weird ways of showing affection. In that sense, you're practically made for each other. This perfect family you seek only exists in your memories. Not to mention that Zetian has not an ounce of mercy for anyone, even her own family. There may be a lot of blood spilled as a result, but her love is nothing if not fair. Wouldn't you agree? In what house the jade flute that sends those dark notes drifting, scattering on the wind that fills Luoyang? No, I don't want that at all. I care about Master and I care about Granny. I don't want to lose either. Not after I've been lucky to have both of them in my life. Another no battle note, okay. Also, I am very much paying attention to the way the written dialogue is, because I need to nail the 2 and 2s. I need to nail it down. That is my biggest weakness still in writing. I always use the single O2. I very rarely naturally do a double O. I need to learn. I need to learn! I blame my education for never calling that out. Hey, Lady Guifei. Guess you're up now. I'll rent this here room from my studio. Hokusai. Ow. I was drinking a lot then. Did I black out? Yep, you sure did. I found you sprawled out like a kitty who'd gone on a major catnip bender, and I couldn't just leave you there. Especially since it didn't seem like Lady Zhangqi was gonna stop anytime soon. So you went to the trouble of carrying me here to look after me in my drunken stupor? Excuse me. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry you had to go through all that trouble. Ow. Don't worry. I wouldn't do anything so base as draw on your face while you sleep. I mean, that's not to say I didn't think about it. I like the thought that this was really a stroke of luck. I really want to draw you. You probably wouldn't mind anyway. It'd be a waste of a beautiful face to not draw it while it was right there in front of me. Definitely crossed my mind, but... Here, use this. Oh, hand me a handkerchief. Oh goodness, I do look a fright, don't I? Hey, I ain't Sesshu Toyo here. I'd rather save the tears for painting mice. You know, Master was here looking for you too. He seemed pretty worried. I've never drank alcohol. The only alcoholic beverage I've ever had, and I doubt this counts, is wine in church. But I kind of doubt there's any alcoholic content in church wine. But, yeah. Never had a beer. Never had hard... What is it? It's that weird... What is that water that is all, like an alcoholic drink or whatever? I never had any of that. Seltzer, I think? Maybe? White Claw, that's what it is. I've never had a White Claw or any of that kind of stuff. Never had normal wine. Just... I know I make a joke a lot about how the Master is old enough. He should be able to drink, but... I mean, I don't... It's more just... I don't like the idea of possibly losing control of my facilities. I like maintaining a control over myself, and it's kind of how I have to avoid cough medicine, too. Because I can only take cough medicine before I'm gonna go to bed, because otherwise I will do who knows what. I'm still terrified of the time when, like, gosh, it was over a decade ago now, but it was winter, I had a cough, I took some cough medicine before going to my college course, my college class. I had work in the afternoon. I remember leaving from my college class, and the next thing I know, it's lunchtime and I'm at work. The cough medicine zonked me out so much I don't remember driving to my class. I don't remember my class. I don't remember driving to work. So, I am not risking, like, cough medicine. I'm not risking alcohol. None of that. Nothing that will put me in an altered state of mind. But don't worry, I told him he went here and sent him right on his way. I mean, I'm pretty sure he saw right through me like used oil paper, but it's still, at least he's gone now. Relax. Take a load off. Thank you so much. I don't know what I would have done without you. It was completely normal cough medicine. I just had a very adverse reaction to it. Oh, seltzer, sparkling water. Whatever White Claw is, I'm pretty sure that's like some kind of alcoholic water, isn't it? Toto-sama here bothering you or something? You and your father go everywhere together, Hokusai? I mean, boy, you must be really close. Whoa, we ain't that close. Every damn day we're either arguing, fighting, or fighting about arguing. Still seems to me like you and your father have an unbreakable bond. wish I had something like that. It's nice of you to put us up on a pedestal, but trust me, there ain't no one more hard-headed than Toto-sama. He's so damn stubborn you'd think he was a mule instead of an octopus. My life would be way easier if his head weren't as hard as an iron bar. Hey, Lady Guifei, I actually have been hoping for a chance to ask you this for a while now. Please, call me Yu-Yu. I appreciate that, but I'd rather not. Just wouldn't feel right. I mean, you're the kind of person we painters and poets live for. Sure, you might be carrying yourself like a common village girl now, but you're still the stuff of an artist's dreams. Lady Sai Shonagon and Lady Murasaki Shikibu got plenty of opinions about their own legends you left behind. I mean, Toto-sama's painted pictures of you as one of the most beautiful ladies to ever live. So where the hell did you go anyway? Maybe the summoning system's been whispering something in your ear? What are you talking about? From what I heard after you died, you were buried at Mawai Station in the site of the Western Rebellion in Chang'an. Nowadays it's a cemetery, but back in the day it was only supposed to be a temporary grave till you got a proper burial. I'm sure Emperor Zhang wanted to build you a grave that did you justice, or at least build you one somewhere closer to him. But apparently they never managed to find your body, even after they dug up the whole station. So instead, people made facial beauty soaps using stolen dirt from there and made a big to-do about some shoes they just found in the area. You mean displaying them as some kind of fan merchandise? I feel like I remember hearing that, like, this has been a point before that her body disappeared. I'm bringing all this up because it was the same for me too. I don't really remember much what happened after Toto-sama up and died. I got sick of being on my own in the Honjo ward, so I started wandering around to all sorts of places. I know I got by work as a living art teacher at a samurai family houses and old man Takai Kozan's place up in Shinshu. Drink alcohol on occasion, really don't drink that much. I do drink a variety of stuff: beer, white wine, fruit wine, soja, vodka, rum, tequila, sake. Damn. I mean, you know what? Fair enough. You have a more refined palate for this kind of stuff than I. I really don't. I mean, maybe I'll drink it someday, but I don't have the urge to drink it, you know? But after that, it's pretty much all a blank. Abigail don't like to talk much about it, and I am about to ask, but from what I know, the last stages of her life are fuzzy for her, too. It does seem like the place of our deaths being uncertain is something we foreigners have in common. You know, that is an excellent point that I've not really thought of. Like, all of the traditional foreigners are kind of ambiguous with their deaths. Like, Abigail Williams, there's no real official, like, death for her, I think. Hey, Zahak, welcome to stream. Happy things. You have a decent tolerance, just never been drunk, because the moment you feel the slice tip, you stop. That's fair, man. That's fair. But yeah, Abigail Williams, there's like a bunch of rumors surrounding what happened to her after the Salem witch trials. I want to say there's some rumors that she eventually moved to a big city and engaged in the oldest profession or something. Right? Isn't that a common, like, theory of what happened? Yeah, her fate's unknown because she disappeared from... Abigail Williams disappeared from all records around 1696. Yeah, exactly. There's no real idea of what might have happened to her. She just disappeared. Which... who knows? That is a rumor that is one of those stories I heard as well. So, yeah, all foreigner servants having just mysterious disappearances around their death times, huh? Okay. Well, except for Van Gogh, he might be the exception to the rule. Gogh. I mean, Van Gogh isn't really Van Gogh. It's Clyte, which is a nymph implanted with the memories of Van Gogh. So that's a little bit complicated, you know. Of course, in his case, we might know exactly where he died, but they never did figure out exactly how. Really, is that the truth? I didn't realize that. Do we not know the cause of death for Vincent Van Gogh? Huh. That's unfortunate, J6. So, Van Gogh... Come on. So... per Wikipedia, like, and again, this is per what Wikipedia is saying, he ended himself with a chest shot with a revolver, but it may have taken place in a wheat field or a barn, but the bullet was deflected by a rib and passed through the chest without doing any internal organ damage, but may have been stopped by the spine. He then somehow walked to a different place and was tended to by 2 doctors. Yeah, it's weird. His death is very much mysterious, it looks like. Oh, well, I hope you have fun at the baseball game. I've been to a couple of baseball games locally, but it's just not really a sport I enjoy watching. I do like watching hockey, though. I grew up going to hockey games quite a lot, so I do like hockey. You're right, it's the same for me, too. I'm not sure where I was born or where I died. It's a little unsettling, even as a servant. Yeah, you ain't wrong. I don't have an answer as to where we all went, either, but there is one thing I do know. We're all here at Chaldea now. We all made our way to the same master. And, so depending on how you look at it, maybe this is how we foreigners meet our true end. The dead one waits dreaming, huh? Now that's a hell of a shiny print with Kirak Zuri. Sounds like a reprint in the whole damn life. In that case, we really ought to make the most of this chance. Wait. Yes, you're right, too. You're right, Lady Sanzang. This, too, is my life. Okay, there's 2 again. So, 2 with 2 O's is like also. 2 with 2 O's is another way to say also. I've gotta press this into my brain. A whole new life. Even with all the terrible mistakes I made in my life, my master still accepts me as I am. The young Guifei who lived for her beloved emperor and died for her beloved emperor. I lacked the courage of someone like Zhang Qi. When I wasn't able to realize my ideals in life, I didn't have the strength to die in such a way as to leave a legacy for future generations. All I have with me now are my pipa and flutes, instruments whose only purpose is to provide brief moments of levity. The only thing I accomplished with my death was making my beloved emperor grieve. That's fair, J6. I mean, again, sometimes... I can't say the last time I've personally gone to a hockey game, but I do have fond memories. It helped that growing up, my dad worked with with our local hockey team, and he oftentimes did tattoos for the local hockey team. So a lot of and he did the tattoos out of our house. So it was mainly on weekends. There was always guys coming around the house to get tattoos, and I got to know them. You know, they were cool guys. Kind of probably helped shape my liking for hockey. And the Zamboni. I never got to ride on a Zamboni, come to think of it. Here at Chaldea, there are servants who set their grief aside so they could move forward. Hokusai, the painter, was already an unparalleled genius, but now, even in death, she strives to take her craft even higher. Thinking on it now, I've been going back and forth for a long time trying to keep this fragile, heaven-sent vessel safe, like the coward I am. Oof. Yeah, that would be a very lame game. Although the Super Bowls don't most people just watch those for the commercials? But no more. This time I'm going to make sure I'm suitable for you. I'm no longer just going to lean on you for support or watch over you from afar. I'm going to listen to the music you play on your flute and ensure my own melody matches perfectly. Master, I'm going to make sure the song of bravery you're performing with your very life will echo across the river of time for all eternity. Yeah, I very much feel like Chaldea either will be the throne of heroes in the future somehow, or we will make it onto the throne just because of how many heroic spirits remember us, you know? There's all of the people that say, oh, we can't make it on the throne, you know? All of our deeds aren't being remembered by general human history and that kind of stuff. But the people on the servants on the throne do remember us. The throne helps us from outside of time and space. How do we know that we are not sending servants to our past selves? Which would make the gacha a really cruel mistress indeed. If you really think about it, like, if we exist on the throne, we technically exist outside of time and space. So we just know that we are also suffering to summon the servants, and we are paying so much blood, sweat, and tears to the gacha, and it's only when we on the throne decide to take pity on ourselves that we finally get the servants that we always were destined to summon. We're jerks to ourselves. Another no battle node. Only one battle node in her whole interlude, which is interesting, but nothing wrong with that. Very story heavy one. Morning. Let me try that again. Good morning. You're in a good mood and early to boot. Why do you hate that theory? It's true, all it took was a great night's sleep and my skin and smile are right back to their old selves. Getting lots of rest every day is the secret to staying young and healthy. Trust me, I speak from experience. Do you now? Then maybe you can speak about the experience you gave us yesterday, you fish sausage steak. Sausage steak? Wait, which is it? Sausage or steak? Never mind that. You could be sausage or steak or a hamburger patty for all I care. The point is, I finally found you, Yuan. Sister Knight, right? Does this mean I'm still in trouble then? What was that? When did you become so unbelievably insolent? I'm so sorry, Master. I guess I made you worry yet again. Hope you're not dwelling on your mistakes. Yes, dwelling on mistakes is never good. Thank you, Master. But you know, I'm determined not to make the same mistakes again. That's why I want to take a page out of Sister Nightbright's playbook and get the last laugh. I know I won't be able to change right away, and I'm sure it won't be easy to get stronger. But even so, I want to be a part of what everyone at Chaldea is doing. That said, I expect this new covenant will be pretty short-lived, so I'll probably need regular boosts to keep me going. I wouldn't be here without all the help I was given. Oh my, that's wonderful to hear. Good, beautiful. Thank you, Master. Good. I just took an arrow to the knee. Go explore. Okay, gosh, the main issue is that there is, like, no raw Japanese translations for these. I need to know if the localizers gave us these, or if they are the literal translations, or close to the literal translations. I mean, I could believe take an arrow to a knee. Skyrim is eternal. Skyrim is world renowned. But Go Explode Normie, that, less so. But there's like no raw Japanese translations for these interludes. maybe? Okay, maybe. Okay, dialogue. No, it's not gonna give me interlude, is it? It's just all of her battle lines. Excuse me, yeah, it's just the battle lines. Dang it. I want to know what the raw translation was. I'm gonna go to quest real quick. Yeah, it doesn't give dialogue. Darn. It's the Gordy one, is it not? Well, of course you will. Why are you acting like this is some incredible discovery you just made? I love being pampered myself, but I can't stand pampering others. Still, I suppose I should commend you for this forward-thinking outlook. Very well then, for the time being, you may start by devoting yourself to the study of the Imperial exam. That includes studying the basics, the Confucian classics, writing, and calligraphy. In fact, in the calligraphy exam, you may even find some bonus characters are worth 10 times the points. Oh, I've not seen the effect, no. I did not see the effect. What? Come on, Sister Nightbright, those are just characters you can come up with on the spot. No, this is sums on. Okay, I found a translation of the first part. And it looks like it is more of a literal translation. So I'm gonna see if I can't find the second part that this person may have translated. They have done quite a lot of stuff. Can I search a person's profile specifically? It's gonna take a while. I'm gonna just do this passively. I don't want to bother with those. Don't forget, the Imperial exam merely covers the theoretical parts. You lack the theoretical parts of your academic journey. There's also a mountain of practical knowledge you'll need to learn if you're going to be a servant worthy of Master. I know, Gran. Sister Nightbright. Don't worry, whatever it is, I can handle it. I promise. Two quartz. Her profile gets updated. That's a long update. I'm not gonna read all that. Way too long. Okay, yeah, I'll check the Gordy CE. And the prison's checking reports. A bond booster. Okay, that's not bad. How much? Yeah, I can afford this. We'll take all the checking reports, please. I've not done my monthlies. It's a new month. Duh. I completely thank you. I would have completely forgotten to do this had you not told me to come check out Gordy's CE. So thank you, Janice. Thank you. I would have completely forgotten about all this. I don't really need. I'll take the golden bows just to have them, even if they are clogging up my gift box. Okay. You send a graph? Okay, cool. I will definitely take a look at that. And I found this person's other translation here. Alright, let's see. Okay. It looks like it was properly translated. So the spirits initially... Oh, thank you for covering up future servants. So, per this person's translation, the original dialogue for what the Lady-in-Waiting spirits said were good, Tai Bangle, which is the Chinese word for wonderful. Again, I apologize for butchering the language. One said Gigi Mage, which they don't give a translation for that. Another one says good. Another one says Woxi Zongul Yishi, which is I took an arrow to the knee. And the other one said Zhangchong Bazhaba, which is Chinese for normies explode. So, it was properly localized. Oh, okay, so thank you, Mage. Okay, so thanks, Mage. So, okay, I'm very much surprised that that is proper translations, and it's not just a weird localization. They didn't do they did not do an Osaka Beheme. Very nicely done. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the Gogh interlude. Interview with Meinster. It's my first time doing this kind of video. Some more context, please. Oh man, they knew where people would go. Gosh, what is with the foreigner? So this is two foreigner interludes in a row where there are implications. It's not that kind of video, okay, Gogh? What kind of video are you talking about, senpai? Oh, mash, my sweet, sweet, innocent little eggplant. Oh, Mash, you don't need to worry about it. I knew you'd get my Van Gogh, Master. Just please don't execute me for my impertinence. I mean, go. Okay, you can ask me anything now. Why don't you start by introducing yourself? I'm Van Gogh. Well, it's actually pronounced Von Ho, my native Dutch, but Van Gogh is how I'm known in your country, so please just call me that. I'm a foreigner servant, and my true name is Clyte Van Gogh. Tell us more about the Clyte part of your name. That comes from a nymph in Greek mythology. Clyte was a water nymph who was so in love with the sun god that she killed her rival for his affections, and later was so consumed by remorse that she turned herself into a flower for penance. And now, for some reason, has a heroic spirit tie of Van Gogh's memories and Clyte's body. Historical research aside, it's believed that the flower Clyte turned into was either a heliotrope or a sunflower. And after his death, Van Gogh is often compared to a wilted sunflower. So I guess that might have been what linked them together. Kinda a sad story, isn't it? What are your servant abilities? I used to think I was only good for painting pictures. But now I know that my spirit origin has mysterious properties related to void space, which enables me to fight in ways beyond the bounds of most magecraft, though only under certain conditions. That's where my void space art skill comes in. It lets me recreate Van Gogh's pictures and interpret their symbolism to create magecraft phenomena. Then there's Soul of the Water Channels, which lets me drink madness in the form of curses to gain new power, then use that power to guide others. Yeah, makes sense. That definitely makes sense. That would be a Walmart thing. Finally, I have a passive skill called Curse of the Sunflower, which substitutes my attempts at self-harm with flowering blossoms. Those are my 3 unique skills. Well, that's kind of morbid, Gogh. Apparently, I was kind of stitched together as a means of unleashing Die Starnacht. I was also embedded with Curse of the Sunflower to prevent me from refusing to use Die Starnacht by taking my own life. Thanks to you, Master, I can now use my noble phantasm safely and for good. But if I screw up, I could end up making other foreigner-class servants in more bizarre fashions. So please, keep me on a short leash, Master. I'm counting on you to keep me under control. Van control, if you will. Yeah, that's why I said that the fact that the attempts at self-harm are replaced with blossoming flowers is kind of messed up. Just a little messed up, you know? Let's see here. What does something or mean? Other mean? You heard me say that when I released my noble phantasm? Oh god, I'm so embarrassed I might just bloom! Anyway, it's more of a way to say the same kind of thing. Hokusai chants. For foreigner servants, chants like that really help, psych ourselves up. I know, it's weird, isn't it? Maybe I should do the same version as Hokusai. Then we could be like 2 peas in a pod. Maybe 2 seeds in a sunflower. Just another Van Gogh. It checks out. It all matches up with our existing profile. Okay, Master, why don't we move on to some more detailed questions? Is it true you're only 5% Van Gogh? Oh, that? I guess it's a little hard to make sense of it, isn't it? Well, in spite of everything, Clyde is still a divine spirit, which means her spirit origin is a lot bigger than most summoned heroic spirits. So compared to that, the memories of a painter who died fairly young are inevitably going to make up a much smaller percentage of total information. And that's why I have a perfect retention of Vincent's memories from his entire life. But I can't say definitively that my personality is entirely his. It's one thing that plagues me, really. So is your personality based off the painter or the nymph? I'm honestly not sure myself. Vincent was from relatively modern times, so there's lots of documentation about his life, including testimonies from his friends and family. I can also clearly remember things he said and wrote, down to what he was thinking and feeling at the time, and it all feels right. But when I take a step back and compare him to me, even though some things line up, I can't shake the feeling that there's something off. Of course, it could just be me subconsciously convincing myself those painfully embarrassing, overly confident letters I wrote back in that never happened. Of course, I'm not really anything like the high-spirited Clyte myth describes either. Right now, my best guess is that my current personality is Clyte's after she fell into her obsession with self-punishment. That would explain my physiological response to Apollo and the guilt I still feel about my mistakes. I think that explanation makes the most sense, and that's before you get to something else I've been thinking about lately. Can I share a theory with you, Master? I love theory sharing. Let's hear it. When you think about it, it's really strange. I have all the memories of one of the best-known modern painters, but my body's from another being entirely. Even my gender is different, and even now, all those differences make it hard for me to stay mentally stable sometimes. So given all that, why is it that I'm still able to perfectly reproduce Vincent's paintings? Since my problems are so different from his, you would think I'd produce entirely different art than he did, but I don't. That's not so much a theory as it is an observation, if I'm gonna be honest here, Gogh, but you do have a good point. I mean, your body isn't Van Gogh, so you can't claim muscle memory. Maybe he's got a bigger spirit than you.
Early on.
Actually, no, it might just be that that's what the foreigner, the elder entity that made you wanted. Gosh, what was Van Gogh's elder entity again? Balhoun, I think, right? Right? No, that's not it. Volthoom, that's what it is, Volthoom. Yes, I'm still guessing here, but to use an analogy from your time, I think my personality is like software that's been reverse engineered. To reproduce Vincent's talent on a different hardware, that is Clyde's body, while still using the data from his life. So now I'm a twisted, incomprehensible, repulsive, allegorical, inhuman portrait of a spineless, insignificant girl, imbued with the symbolism of an anguished painter hanging upside down, something that can only be interpreted through the heart of a regretful water nymph. Excuse me. I think that best sums up my personality as Clyde Van Gogh. Oh, that's nothing to be sad about. If I'm right, I'm actually happy about it. Heroic spirits are all imitations of people from the past. It's normal for them not to be their true selves. But if I'm not like Clyde or my base, or Vincent, my symbol, that would mean I'm just me, right? And if I'm just me, then there's nobody else quite like me. Then I can go by the name I feel suits me best. I can't thank Nemo, you, and everyone else at Gogh enough for helping me see that, Master. So please allow me to express my gratitude and pledge my loyalty to you, Ken. I promise I'll always serve you faithfully for as long as my spirit body lasts. Oh, thank you, Van Gogh. I'm sorry I got a little caught up in the emotion of the moment, too. I'll edit this part out later. Okay, now for our next question. Master, Van Gogh, down! What was that? An emergency attack? That's right, I don't know where they came from, but looks like demonic books from the library. We'll have to finish up the interview later. Master, right now we need to do something about them. I'll fight too. I just reswore my loyalty a minute ago after all. Don't worry, Master, I'm gonna give these things a handshake of their lives and aim for your #1 servant slot. Oh, Gogh. Yeah, you're never gonna set, so you're never gonna push MASH off the #1 servant slot. It's never gonna happen. Unfortunately, Gogh. MASH is kinda got a permanent fixture there. Kinda, sort of. Pardon me, yawn. Alright, what are we dealing with? Just some basic... Alright, we got this. No! Yeah, hopefully. Ooh, that was a pop. I don't know if it was picked up, but that was loud. Ooh! Arash! What's going on? What's going on, Arash? You are normally much more thorough than that. Oh, Arash. Are you feeling lack of confidence or something? Gonna be a similar result. Thankfully, these are not too difficult. I really hope that next week's event, really do hope it, because, yeah, after this interlude, I've got 3 interludes left, which is not a lot, and I need more than that. Mysterious enthusiasm? How Hold on. As I said, that's just how it crumble sometimes, man. It's out there. Those things were pretty strong. What were they, Master? I have no idea either. Normally an attack like that would trigger an emergency alert, but there hasn't been any. Anything written on the Book of Monsters, perhaps? I'll check. I like reading. Ask about Van Gogh the Painter more by Da Vinci. Is this book supposed to be cue cards, like things they use to give television actors their lines? What about those? They're a sort of message board the creator of the show uses to give direction to the performers without stopping their recording. Let's see, so this is a message from Da Vinci. I just wish he'd use less destructive method to get it to us. Alright, Van Gogh. Master, let's take a moment to catch our breath and then get back to the interview. I feel like there's more going on here. You don't like the designs for the foreigners? What the heck, man? Why not? Like, legitimate curious question. Why don't you like their designs? So, does every servant go through an interview like this? Not exactly, no. We do always talk to servants so we can create their profiles, though. But according to Da Vinci's instructions, your spirit origin is an unusual case and has heavy cultural significance. so she wanted us to run a more detailed investigation of you. And since she's so busy, I think she wanted us to record it so she can go through all the information later. I guess that's fair. Let's see. By the way, Lady Mash, why are you in your full armor? Oh, that's just in case there's a second wave of, cue cards. I hope it's not too distracting. Please just pretend I'm not here. Think of me as a pebble or something. Most of the time you only like the first or second ascensions. Okay, I mean, I can somewhat see that. There are some ascensions for foreigners I don't particularly care for, and I do have some that I prefer more than others. Like, I definitely prefer Base Abby's first ascension and Summer Abby's last ascension. Yu I kind of like all of them. Same thing with Oi. I do like all of Oi's ascensions personally, though her second ascension's definitely my favorite. Gotcha. Very loud, Pebble. Like a rock? Like rock and roll. That Van Gogh still needs work. Okay, let's get back to it, shall we? Go ahead, Senpai. What was the last place you lived? A French village called Avers-Oisy. I was 37 years and 3 months old when I shot myself. I was a pretty seasoned traveler. I lived in England, Belgium. I even planned on going to the East Indies and Africa at some point. You hate Molay? Why do you hate Molay? Legit question. Why do you hate Molay? But with the exception of the Gogh in the Netherlands, I'd have to say my painter's soul belonged to France. I would have never made the Friends, the Impressionists, if I had been in France, and those days I spent in Arles were just heavenly. Fair enough. I also really liked the garden at the asylum in Saint Remy. It was great for focusing on my painting. I did everything I needed when I was in Avers-Oisy too. My life really was peaceful up until my last episode. My soul was completed there. If not for my time there, I would have never set out on my journey to the stars. As a heroic spirit, I'm so proud and happy about that. I love France. Who do you consider a mentor? Good question. I had so many teachers I loved and respected for their work in writing. Millet, Delacroix, Degas, Monet, Monteclair, Desro, Blanc, Hokusai, Hiroshiki, Nature, Laborers. But the one who taught me the fundamentals of the painting world would have to be Mauve in Gogh. You can't build greatness on a shaky foundation, right? So any success I had in my paintings really began with what he taught me. I was a rank amateur when I met Mauve, and he taught me everything beginning with fundamentals. It's such a shame that we ended up having to part ways. There's still a part of me that wishes things had turned out differently. Yes, I think I can tell you, Miss Master. I admitted to this even when I was alive. Gogh is the one who opened my eyes to the true power of symbolism. He's the one who led me to strive for greater heights. He's the most important teacher I ever had. But of course that doesn't mean I didn't beat him. I think my work is more famous than his now. You know, it wouldn't surprise me if he turned up as a heroic spirit one day. I can only imagine how he'd react if he saw me like this. Is this a hint or jokes are the deepest lore? But this is a Gogh, a Van Gogh, so could that be deeper lore, perhaps? Is there anything in particular you'd like to see? Theo. Yes, that's right. My younger brother, Theodorus Van Gogh, understood me better than anyone. I don't have any particular regrets about him. I painted what I wanted to paint. I told him everything I wanted to before I died. But I looked in the database now, and I now know that He had a hard time after I died, and that he didn't live much longer than I did. When I was alive, I had the sense he was dealing with something, but I didn't know it was such a debilitating disease. We were two people with one mind. I thought for sure he would go on to complete the Van Gogh brand even after I was gone. I don't know what Theo was thinking after he passed, but if he had any regrets about failing to keep our promise, then I wanted to tell him that I beat Gogh. I beat the whole world. I even managed to beat my madness. Everything went great. The two of us did everything better than we ever knew. Of course, that's not the only reason. There are still lots of books and paintings I want to talk to him about. And if he was willing to keep supporting my career even posthumously, well, I couldn't say no to that, right? I think the only foreigners you like all their ascensions are Alco and Voyager. Obviously the welfares don't count due to them only having one form. Probably why you don't rule for foreigners. Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm sorry, I've been talking for a long time, haven't I? What else would you like to know about? I can tell you about artistic techniques, religion, literature, anything you want to discuss. Uh-oh. Cue cards incoming! I know what you're thinking, Senpai. You don't want to ask any amateur's questions when it comes to our fields of expertise, right? Me neither. I guess we still have a lot to learn. If only Da Vinci were here with us. Master Van Gogh, down! Again. So it would seem, and it looks like they're even stronger than the last ones. I guess Da Vinci just couldn't help herself even though she's too busy to come here in person. Okay, Master, awaiting your orders again. Higher Ascension. Well, if a genius like Da Vinci's a bit serious, I guess I'll have to get serious myself. Yeah, Gogh's final ascension is definitely kind of wild, admittedly. But it's grown on me. I will admit, it has grown on me. I'm actually gonna go a little less Bond game, but a little bit more definitive damage. Fair point. There really is not a lot for him. Which is probably good. He wouldn't want elder entities and the like, you know, overrunning Chaldea or anything like that. That just would not be a good time. So, it would be interesting to have a sequel to Imaginary Scramble. What would that be like? We've never been fond of the Eldritch stuff. I guess Eldritch horror and the like isn't for everyone, you know? Even though if it's not really Eldritch horror, I've kind of always been fascinated with myself. Always kind of wanted to play like Call of Cthulhu and that kind of stuff. Even if, like, through Eldritch horror, the kind of stuff that was... Actually, no. I feel like Eldritch horror probably vibes with me less because it is less likely to send my mind on a downward spiral in the middle of the night and keep me from falling asleep. Just because it is so outlandish and out there that the possibility of such a thing, like in an Eldritch horror not happening, are very, very unlikely. That I don't need to panic, worry, and spiral about, oh man, go down, 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 down. It's the right kind, it's the perfect kind of horror for someone who overthinks stuff like me. You know, my knowledge of Torn shows Gage don't like the relationship with the servants at FGO. Gotcha. There's gotta be a better way for Da Vinci to communicate with us. Many artist battles are fought on a razor's edge. Just kidding. Another Van Gogh. That sounded far too serious to joke about, so I'm just gonna ignore it. Anyway, let's see what she wrote on these cue cards. Try to really get to the heart of who she is. For example, why'd you burn your hand to make your family let you see Kivas? Why did you really cut off part of your ear? Tell us everything about your relationship with the mysterious Miss S. And what was the real source of your madness? Why did you commit suicide? Da Vinci. Why do I feel like these aren't coming from Da Vinci? I don't think Da Vinci is that callous, is the right word for it. These are the questions she wants us to ask? Did Da Vinci really write these? I had the same thought. It feels like they're focused on things that are a little base for her. This is so embarrassing. I think I'm gonna bloom. Should I answer them? No, I won't. I couldn't. If you really want to know, you'll have to use your command spells. At least to know all three. Maybe then I could. Wait, something's not right here. I think we should pause the interview and investigate this properly. Wandering Sea? I swear, I can't believe I didn't think of this sooner. It's so foolish of me, I can't stop laughing. We're heroic spirits, hollow shadows of great people from history, and we can make bundles off ourselves. Indeed, in my life, I was merely content to write my commentaries on the Gallic War, but I never thought to think bigger. The memories of heroic spirit can sell for big bucks. And since it all comes straight from the horse's mouth, it's guaranteed to be completely accurate. What better way to clear up the mysteries that were previously lost to history? Not to mention that the heroic spirits are almost all crazy eccentrics. And there's only one thing that sells in any time period, it's strange foods and dirty-minded rumors. And on top of that, Van Gogh's one of the biggest artists in the whole damn world. That'll make her perfect for the first book to come out of the Columbus Publishing House. The great part of this business model is how there's no end to the amount of profitable information we can generate. It's not just limited to artistic heroic spirits. Better still, if I write the tell-all biography myself using the data gained from this interview, I'll retain the full IP rights. Man, I'm glad I got you helping me out, Caesar, with history's greatest layer as my consultant. There's no way I can lose. Still, I must ask again, are you quite sure you're okay with me taking 95% of the profits? Of course, I'm not going to rip you off when you're doing all the work. I'll be fine with just the 5% as my fee for giving you the idea. After all, there's hundreds of heroic spirits out there. Once readers all over the world start buying these biographies, that 5% will be more than enough to make me filthy rich. I learned from my mistakes at Servant Fest. Producers ought to stay behind the scenes. We're just here to help. As long as we do our best to help, that's more than enough. Of course, I'm sure our partner, Master, will approve of our plan as well. We can't pull it off without saving the world first, right? An unbelievably far-off destination, reaches beyond my imagination. Last I've had a dream that lines up with Master's. Indeed you have. It's a perfect intellectual weapon and with absolutely ironclad logic. That is what Chaldea's Merchant Association was made for. Oh my goodness. Oh, if I did not do Columbus's interlude, I would not know what this is. They're connected. The interludes are all interwoven together. While we can't yet be completely certain if this will reach Matchmaster's taste, we should at least be able to avoid any penalty since everybody wins and nobody gets hurt. As I see it, battle readiness level is currently Rubicon 4. Remain vigilant at all times, but feel free to relax as well. By the way, good sir, did you take care of the written instructions? Oh, and what about drafting a form of agreement for Van Gogh explaining our plan to her? Of course I took care of that. I made it all but the key points to make it easy to understand, and I cited with a name that's sure to clinch the deal. I see. Columbus, I'm sorry to spoil your good mood, but I think you should be aware of something. What are you talking about? We're now at Rubicon 1. Alea Ecta Is. Prepare for battle. There you are. So you're the villains who forged my signature, sent out counterfeit orders, and made off with a bunch of the library's books. Don't forget the crime of upsetting Van Gogh with bluntly phrased questions about very delicate matters. Why do you guys never learn?
Hold on, Master. There was nothing wrong with our plan at this time. There's plenty of room for my associate here to learn to refrain from being so blunt with his phrasing, and you must agree this is a great opportunity to further contribute to humanity's historical knowledge. Get him going. Yes, Master, I'm very sorry about this, Lord Columbus and Lord Caesar, but I'm going to maintain my privacy. You two need to die. Yeah, hey, what gives? Why are we being attacked? Never mind that now. Just shut up and use your noble phantasm or whatever secret weapons you have on hand. Otherwise, our spirit origins could end up being obliterated. All caught up. Anyone who compromises either the safety of my Dr. Van Gogh's stability has to answer to me. Aw, Gogh is so protected. How sweet. But, oh, Columbus and Caesar, will they ever learn? That's the question. It's a whale! Columbus? Again, we're fighting a whale. Why? They love using this sprite, don't they? They just love using this enemy. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but... It is a cool enemy style. Indeed. Oh. We can't let our team down. Columbus and Caesar. That's clever. That is very clever of them to do. Excuse me. And then both have been in or on the whale. Very... Alright. Caesar? Columbus survived. Oh, Columbus, you should have saved your NP damage to get an NP damage off. But then again, not gonna happen. There we go. Interlude done. But why? You're already dead. What have you got to lose by sharing your secrets now? Well, I suppose you could say I don't have anything more to hide, since all my private correspondence has been publicly available for a long time now. But there are still some secrets I took with me to the grave, and I intend to keep things that way. It would be one thing if a dead person wanted to share their lost story posthumously, but trying to trick them into revealing them is a clear violation of trust. I mean, I knew conquistadors like you had a bad habit of using any means they could to get rich, going so far as to dig up my grave, so to speak. Can't you see that's going too far? Oh, come on, it's not like you're pilgrims. You're saints yourselves in the New World. Go on, partner, say something. You get it right, Caesar. Indeed, Master. You have my word that I'll explain the problem to him in a way he will understand, so would you kindly let us off the hook? Excellent. Now, if you'll excuse me. No, I'm not giving up. This isn't about money. Biographies benefit everybody. I mean, he's not wrong. That part's true, yes, but we can't write biographies using knowledge gained through Magecraft. Mystics need to stay hidden. Still, their passion is sort of a good thing. I can only hope they'll come up with a more practical way to make money once this is all over. I swear, it's just one problem after another here in Galdea lately. Anyway, I'll take care of the docks, so would you mind handling the rest, Master? Thanks. Oh, and when you're all done, go to the cafeteria. Baker's making some cookies, especially for you guys. Cookies! Oh, thanks, Nemo. Can I shake your hand again? So I guess this whole interview project was just something Columbus and Caesar came up with. What a shame. I hate to think all these lovely stories you told us won't be put to any use. I'm disappointed too. That was really fun. Say, Master, would you come closer? I want to say something. Do you really want to know my greatest secret, even if you have to use command spells to pry them out of me? Because if you do, then That's a relief. Okay, Master, Lady Mash, I think we've earned a treat. Once we're done tidying up, let's go see Baker about those cookies. I can't wait. Van Gogh, Senpai, what were you and Van Gogh just... Senpai, wait for me. Senpai! I need to check something. I'm gonna see if Columbus, or not Columbus, if, Giles has more than one interlude that will be unlocked if I do his current one. I'm Van Gogh. But I'm not Vincent. I'm Clyte Van Gogh. I'm a water nymph with a jumbled personality and a total stranger to Vincent. I have no right to reveal the secrets he took to the grave either. So I'm going to protect them. His hidden sources of inspiration, his true intentions, his sins, everything. I just hope it'll go at least some way towards repaying him for lending me his talent. It's a little hard not being able to get these thoughts off my chest, but I don't mind. I'm Van Gogh. I like pain. Theo, if you were here now, would you hear my confession? Would you let me recount my sins? I'm just kidding. Okay, nope. It looks like there is only an interlude and a strength. Oh, no. Yes. Interlude and 3 strengthening quests. It looks like Giles has. Oh, and we unlocked another Van Gogh interlude. Okay. Yep. Can't do that one. So, I've got 2 more weeks of interludes that I can do. Woo! Yay! I can do an Avenger interlude week and then continue the Foreigners with Van Gogh and Giles. Woo! I'm saved. I've bought 2 weeks. Thank goodness. But I do think what is my Ember situation look like? You know what? I can level up the person at the top of the level up order, Doc, I think. I think I should be capable of getting Caligula completed. So, let's withdraw some foes. Runny foes. And we're going to get Caligula done, and then we're going to be calling the stream here. Again, a little shorter of a stream, but I don't want to completely wash myself of any and all future content. So, I do need to be a little bit more limited with how many interludes I do in a single stream. Doing 3 might push things, but having at minimum 4 interludes to do right now, as I said before, does give me at least 2 weeks of interlude content. And if we get the event next week, then that gives me time. If it's a lotto event, then thank goodness that is more embers, so that is more servants leveling up. But if it's not a lotto event, then I'm still going to get embers and hopefully level up some more servants. So, yeah. So we're going to just work on Caligula. He might have an interlude. I don't remember. I guess we'll find out here. And first Ascension. Ascension. He gets a sash. Imperial Privilege. He does have an interlude. I've got 5 interludes. Woo! Dimming Moonlight and my Precious unlocked. I'm gonna check to see if he has multiple interludes. I'm probably gonna forget, to be fair, by the time that I get around to doing them. So, I'm fine with spoiling myself with looking to see if he's got more to come.
haunts. Excuse me. True. I want to see if he has more than one. Even though they will probably be short ones. Okay, so far so good. He's not requiring much as far as the level ups either. So I definitely will be able to finish him off. All sand jump. Caligula, Quest. Okay, he has one. Yeah, it's labeled Interlude 1. So he's got something labeled Interlude 1, but then looks like he might have some strengthening-based interludes. No, they're just strengthening quests, so I'll be getting a lot of strengthening quests at least. I didn't even realize his color scheme changed with this ascension. He looks a little bit decayed, perhaps, is the best way to put it. Okay. Yeah, he definitely looks a little bit more decayed. Okay, that's a pretty sick final ascension. My destiny ends here. Moon Goddess Diana, where do you beckon me? And get his ranking quests. And 3 Saint Quartz, yes! We need all the Saint Quartz possible. All of the quartz possible. I'm like 100 days off from getting Bond 13 for both Shalters and Achan. So I don't think I'll get them done before summer comes, sadly, but, you know, there's only so much one can do. Only so much. Unless there, again, if it's not a lottery event, but if there's a raid in this upcoming event, then I have a chance to get some Bond levels done quick. I'm just throwing everything at the wall and hoping it sticks at this point. Alright, let's get Caligula up to a 6 and a 6. We will not do a 6-6 because his third skill is locked behind the rank up, but that's fine. But I do think it is time for me to start signing off here. So, I've been Solar Rat Dragon. I hope you've all enjoyed today's stream. If you have, leave me some feedback in whichever way you so see fit. If you want to check out more by me, be sure to check out the channel here on Twitch or YouTube. Same names. There's plenty of content for all to enjoy. And if you are watching on YouTube, please be sure to like the video, comment down below if you have anything to say, subscribe to the channel. Helps me out, lets you know when new vids comes out. And you'll be able to find in the description links to the Twitch and Discord where you can follow or join to catch me when I get those notifications for when I go live. But once more, thank you all so much for coming out. I hope you enjoyed. Have a fantastic day, everybody. 6 and 6.